today what I'm going to share, I want you to give careful attention. I don't know if I can cover up the whole topic. I'll try my best. It is very important if you want to practically experience and try and practice. Okay? As we always talk about, it is not knowing the word, it is practicing the word. Okay? We know the word, but unless we practice, we are not going to see the wonders, the miracles that is in us. It's a very, very, very important thing. Many times Christians don't understand. They know it and they try to do it and they never become. So I want to emphasize very highly, it is making you something. It makes you something, and outcome is what defines who you are. If the outcome has not come, that means the process has not completed. So practicing has to get you there. So today, as I'm going to speak on two sides. One is a natural man. One is a divine supernatural man. Natural man. When you think about a natural man, when God created the natural man, he was created in his image and his likeness. So, if it is his image and likeness, he made him for what? To rule the earth, right? He was made ruler over all creation. Now, think with me for a minute. Are you a ruler? Are you ruling? Are you in the process or in the place of administering, ruling, and walking in that authority? Now, when you study it very carefully, when Jesus gave the command of go preach, he said, teach them to practice, right? Teach them to practice. So practicing is important. So when you practice, what happens? Then he says, all authority in heaven and earth is given to you. So there is an authorized person in whom all the authority is given to you. That is the supernatural place. There's a natural place where you can operate. In a natural place, you have to operate in the measure of what you are supposed to be. You're created to be in a certain way. You're created naturally to be in a certain way. Your natural man itself has an ability to do a lot of good things. In the Garden of Eden, there is a tree of good and evil, right? And God said, do not eat of the tree of the evil, of knowledge. He didn't say evil. Knowledge of good and evil, right? So don't eat of that, but eat from the tree of life. So what is the emphasis here? What is the emphasis? Eat from everything, but there's two trees in the middle of the garden. One is tree of life and one is tree of knowledge of good and evil. So did he tell him not to eat from the tree of life? So you can eat from the tree of life. Right? So life is very important. Why does man need life when he is already living? You are already living. So what does life do to you more? Have you ever thought of it that way? Spiritual life, that man was never a sinner. So he was before sin. Yeah. Before sin, why did God ask him to put the tree of life in the middle of the garden when he was already living and never going to die? To live. Living and to live is two different things. We have life in us, but are you living it? You have breath in you and you have some life in you. That doesn't mean that you're living it. Right? What is living? Jesus came to give us two things. One is eternal life. Another one is life in abundance. Why do you need life in abundance? More life. When you already are living. So that is where you need to really have to say, am I living? Am I living the life that I'm ordained to live? So as I'm putting the ground to this thought, I want you to give a little more attention on this matter. Are you living? The whole gospel will come to the place where you are living the life that is ordained for you to live. Okay? So there is some practical things that I'm going to talk to you about. Okay. So, few more most important things. Now, we are living. We have life in us. Are you living the life that you're supposed to live? Right? When Jesus came and as he was preaching the gospel, the good news, what was his message? When he told people to go and preach the gospel, what did he tell them? When you see a man, what do you tell them? Peace, shalom, right? What is peace? It is an element of life. A life without peace is dead. You're living a dead life. You're living with a thought in your mind saying that, oh, it sucks. Oh, I'm tired. I'm frustrated. I'm lost. I can't deal with this. I have no answer for this. I'm lost. I'm miserable. I can't sleep. I feel hurt. I feel painful. I feel like I'm struggling. I'm suffocating. I'm hopeless. Are you living? You have life, but you're not living. The right word to say is you have life, but you're dying. Right? When you see a person, when I'm sharing this with you, I'm not sharing to preach a message to you. I'm trying to open one element of life that you can give it to others. Jesus said, when you see a person, tell them what? Peace be unto you. When I say peace be unto you, I say, peace be upon you. I release. I open the gates. Peace will come. We're opening the element of peace into them. How does that open? You feel it now when I did it. Did you feel something touching you? Not the physical touch. I give you my peace. It's not some psychology I believe. It is peace. I've been practicing. We have to practice, right? You have to have that knowledge. You have to understand. It has to come through you. It feels like something lifted. I feel like somebody comforted me. Somebody lifted something out of me. It happens all the time. We are created in a natural being, as a natural being, to be people who give joy, who are full of joy, with full of peace, who are content, who are satisfied, who rejoice, who are supposed to celebrate all these fruitful things that is in us. That's our natural being. When you study the Bible very carefully, it emphasizes so much. Rejoice in the Lord always. And again I say, rejoice. We know the verse, right? And where is he writing it from? The prison. And Paul says, I rejoice in my suffering. Is he telling you to suffer and be happy in your suffering? That's not the definition. Finding a joy that is greater than the suffering that makes you joyful. Finding a joyful reason through the hardship that you're going through and having a hope that will lead you. That is your natural mindset. Am I making sense to you? Your natural man should be trained in your mind. It's very important for us to understand. If you study, especially Bible talks about meditate on my word day and night. What is meditation? Is it chanting? I don't think it's chanting. Right? It is thinking about it, pondering on it, and processing through it, and putting it into application, and knowing and experiencing. You're like imbibing it. You are taking it in and living it in, and you're experiencing it, and then you're like, wow, I see. The simple word I use today is Jesus said, when you go to the person, what do you say? Peace be unto you. Now, did he say preach the gospel? Yes, he did. But first thing what he said is, apply the first application of peace upon them. How do you deal with peace? So you go to the person and say, hey, I came here to bring you peace. Do you have peace in your life? Now sometimes you have to ask them, right? Do you have peace in your life? You say, no, man, I'm not. That's the first thing you have to give. Bring the peace into their life. Make the place set ready. And then bring the good news. Now let me go to the other side of our mindset. What are we more focused on? We are more focused on our failures. How many of you can be honest that we are focused on our failures? We are mostly focused on our failures. Let me ask you something. An angry person walks into this room and is very angry, not even talking a single word, but he's walking and talking and not talking, but expressing his anger. And he walks in. How many of you know that you'll feel that anger? Just be honest, come on. I can feel it. I have to say it. Let me tell you something. A person comes in very upset and trying to put nice makeup and very good, but they're very upset and they're angry and they're frustrated and don't want to be here, but I'm here right now. I'm here, but just don't want to be here. And you walk in. Do you carry it around you? Do we carry it around you? We carry it around us. But nobody says because everybody is nice and they're like, they don't want to pop the moment, which moment is going to explode. So they're like, they don't want to say good or bad, but they're trying to be nice. But you're carrying something around you. If you're carrying it around you, don't you think you're carrying it inside you? Are we? We're carrying it inside. How do you feel when you carry it inside? Everybody outside, let me ask you, you don't even know what you feel inside. Let me ask people outside, how do you feel when this person is carrying it around you? How do you feel? Do you want to have a good hangout with him today? You want to get away. They want to get away too. Right? But you're carrying it, and you're carrying it inside, you're carrying it outside. And you're thinking, and I want to deal with this, I want to get this over with, and then you're going through it, okay? Put the part there. Our mind need not focus on things that you are failure or something that is hurting or bothering or that's not how you're supposed to change your mindset. Yesterday we read a verse bringing all thoughts to captivity in Christ Jesus. Okay? In Philippians it says, Philippians 4:8 it says, think about things that is honorable, pure, right? Do you know the verse, right? I can't remember all of it. So things that is, read it for me. 4:8.
Things like true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are good, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are good report. To be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things.
Yeah. What does it tell you to think on? Now, if you take the chapter 4, first it says, the peace of God be with you. Then you read the chapter, it goes on. I can go to the chapter. If somebody can go to turn to book of Philippians chapter 4. Now, that is not my emphasis, but I'm going to highlight that peace came in the between today. So I'm going to highlight that again. So Philippians chapter 4, it says, verse 4, it says, now a whole chapter has to be taken into consideration to get the whole content, but I'm going to go from verse 4 because in the introduction it's talking about some of the men and women who were with him. Rejoice in the Lord always, and I say again, rejoice. Let your righteousness be known to everyone. The Lord is near. That means he is coming soon. Do not worry about anything. That's verse 6. But in everything, through prayers and petitions, with thanksgiving, present your request to God. The attitude in which and how you handle, right? Rejoice always. And if you have any other situations, anything that you're dealing with, any struggle, are you following me? If you are, now, what did he say? Rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I tell you, rejoice. Now, what you're supposed to do, if you're dealing with something that you're really struggling with, don't have to think about that too much, but rather, with prayer and petition, hand it over to God. You have to put it you have to prayer and petition, you give it to him. I'm going to go to the other side of it, okay? Then, coming back again, verse 7, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your heart and mind in Christ Jesus. That's a key word that you have to focus. So, say for example, you're dealing with your financial problem, okay? Or with your physical sickness. Apply it to your situation. You're dealing with your financial problem or dealing with something that you're dealing with, whatever you're dealing with, that is a matter, but you cannot rejoice right now. Why? You're not happy. Can you be happy? I tell, hey, can we, we'll have a party today. You say, I can't have party. Why? Because I got too much debt. I need to pay it off. Am I correct? I'm telling you, let's do this. We're going to have we are going to go to this place. And immediately you say, no, I have too much of this problems in my life. I can't celebrate today because I am dealing with these problems. I cannot rejoice. I cannot be happy with you. I cannot be doing this. Is that our mindset? That's our mindset, right? I cannot rejoice because I got this problem here. I have a mountain of problem right here, and that problem is the reason why I cannot rejoice. I cannot be happy. Now, it didn't ask you what is your condition. It says, rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I say rejoice. Then he says, all your problems, your things should be presented to God with prayer and supplication. Right? Bible says in book of Matthew, take the collaterally, Matthew, again, taking Matthew chapter 6, it says, do not worry about anything, right? Cast your cares upon him. Do not worry about anything. He says that is an issue that we are dealing with. Problems that we're dealing with, the worries that we carry. He said, do not do that. But instead of that, put it in prayers and leave it there. That's his business. What is your business then? Your business is rejoicing in the Lord always, right? Then again he says, now the third part is, I cannot be in the party because I'm thinking about this problem. This problem you have to hand it over to a person and you have to still rejoice. And now when you rejoice, the problem is you don't have a peace of mind. You're trying to be celebrating. Now you're in the party to celebrate with everybody, but inside your heart, even though you pray to God and put it in the hands of God, inside your heart, you have this weight that is weighing on you. That is peaceless. Am I making sense to you? It is taking your peace away. So you have this weight in your chest that you're carrying, but you're rejoicing. You're there to rejoice. You're trying to praise, but you're trying to praise. You're trying to worship. You can't do it. But you prayed and you told the Lord, Lord, this man is not before you. But peace. Now it says, if you really do the second step properly, then you can do the third step correctly. What is the third step? Third step is peace of God that surpasses all. Now I'm going to go into a little breakdown, okay? How does this really work? It doesn't sometimes click in our head. I have a lot of problems. You want to worry about it. And sometimes I don't want to. I will worry too much that I can't function. Got to practice it, right? I've been praying this year that I don't want to live a life that is not with the purpose that you have ordained me to. I want to rejoice in you. I want to live the fullness of life that you've called me. And the Lord has been ordaining my step. And yesterday I said, Lord, I want you to confirm 100% to me, a confirmed word from you that this. Otherwise, I'm not going to move forward with this. I'm going to see an alternative way that is going to make me move forward with. I need a defined answer. So then this morning, I had a whole process that I went with the Lord. And after the process was over, then the Lord gave me the word, confirmed the words with me. Every detail to the dot, he confirmed. But before that, there were some settlements he did. That's what I'm talking to you. How do you practice, right? My problem is, everything runs in my head, night and day. Can I rejoice? No, I can't. Everything around sometimes depresses me. Everything around puts a lot of worry and burden, and I don't want to deal with a lot of things. I want to just cover it up. I don't want to talk about it. Just push it aside, and I can't be at peace. I'm not in rest. So it was the Lord who put this message in my heart. Whatever you think, that's what you will be working on. That's what you will be creating around you. Whatever you think all day long, that's what you're creating. Your thoughts are very important. Your thoughts are very important. What are you meditating on? That's what you're going to create around you. You're creating debt around you. Doesn't matter what you do, you're creating debt. The whole nature works according to your thoughts. Now, this is not something that I'm simply making up. It is the fact. Let me ask you some questions. Now, I'm going to bring some theories to you. Somebody who thinks about something in their mind, and I said, I want to have this. Time will go and you will have it. Is that right? Think about it. You are thinking about something that you really want. Doesn't matter. That's your desire that came in your heart. You have it. As time goes by, you will have it. That's a fact. That's a fact. Take a little time and think. Everything that you thought in your mind that you wanted, it comes to you. By your own effort or somehow. It happens. The whole nature is working around you. If you're sitting around and always doubting, always calculating, always thinking, if I have this, I will have it. If I don't have this, I will not have it. You're creating already. If I have this, I will have it. If I don't have this, I will not have it. That means you are already making that you will not have it. That's a real fact. Even in the secular world, people say that. Rich people think differently than a poor man. Now, poor and rich is not money to me. Poor and rich is a thought. It's a thought process. Rich man thinks richly. Poor man thinks poorly. Poor man thinks that, oh, I can't have it because I don't have a job, that I don't have this money, so I can't have it. Rich man never says what he says. I want it. I'll get it. What do I need to do to get it? So he starts thinking that way. And he starts creating everything around him to the way it should be created, and he makes it happen.